Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do something new. So right now I'm having a problem, which is that I have one Gmail account which is currently not having much space so that I can freely use it. So that's why I'm having these messages. So problem is that I want to delete it, but as you can see I have around 42,000 messages and it's not possible to filter them out, and I can only delete all of them by selecting this option. But maybe I can delete important message which I don't want to. So I want to categorize, so I want to do it automatically by using some code or something. So that is what I'm trying to do right now, is like if I can achieve using, let's say I connect to my Gmail account and then I categorize these. Let's say take a count like from test funder, how many messages am I getting, and I'm like I have to delete these. So if I can filter them out using a code or something, so not just test funder, let's say urban pro team also, or let's say 100 more, 1000 more. So based on that I have to delete all the messages, and other like the leftovers I want to keep them safe in my account so that I can have the space. Also I can also keep using my Gmail account. So I'm going to achieve that using Java, and soon I will be writing a code for Python also, so that you guys can refer to it if you are a Python developer. So I will be just creating a new project and show you step by step how you can achieve that. So it's not that hard, but you just have to have some basics, like basic knowledge of Java, and you are all set. So you just have to create a Maven project here. So create a simple Maven project, provide a group ID. So for me that will be delete mail, and let's say Gmail automation. Okay, and finish that. It will take some time, and you can see all the project structure here. So inside pom.xml you don't have anything, but we do have to create a dependency here. So first we have to add the dependencies. So the dependency that we are going to use is like we have to connect to the Gmail, so we have to use javax.mail. So for that you can just search Maven dependency, MVN dependency, and it's pretty simple. So you can choose whichever version is latest for you. So like for me 1.4 is my preferable one, so I'll be just copying this and pasting it here and formatting it a bit, and saving it will automatically generate the jar file for you. But if you want to see whichever version is latest, choose the one which is most downloaded. Like this is a beta version, so it can have some few errors and it might not work as well for you like it is for me. So I would recommend you to choose a version which is like mostly downloaded. So here there are two jars, which one is javax.mail and then there is one com.sun.mail. so com.sun.mail, you can just have a search on it. Okay, I did a stupid mistake. Okay, so this is the one for like which I'm going to use. So here as you can see this is 329, so it looks good, so I'll be using this one. So don't confuse, like when you search javax.mail, like the artifact ID is same for both of them. So have a reminder like which one we have to use. Okay, so now we are all set. Saving it will download the jar file for you. If you can open the Maven dependencies, you can see it has downloaded the jars. So now what we have to do is we just have to create a new Java class which will be our main class. So I would recommend you to create a package or something I don't know why I do that. Like now I have a habit of using good Java convention, so I would recommend the same thing. Give it a name like delete mails, and yes, I need public static void main. So after doing that, you will get this by default functionality. So what I need to do now is I need to store few things in a variable which will be used like throughout the program. So the first one is obviously your email ID. So my email ID is, so this was an old account, like way old, and now it is full. I feel bad for that. So now I have to store the password. So I have to show the password because I have to connect, and I don't know much video editing, so yeah, I'll be changing the password later. Okay, this is the password as of now, and we need our host, which is our Gmail host. So it's imap.gmail.com. Now you need last thing, which is port, and you're all set. So through this you can connect to your Gmail, but we need few more things because we do have to do little bit of email automation. So first thing, like when you go to your Gmail account, go to your security option. In your less secure apps, you have to turn it on. If you don't, I'll show you what will happen. So I'm turning it off as of now, and we'll see like what will happen. So let's continue. Okay, now I will create a method which will do my stuff. So let's say delete mails, and what I need to provide is I need to provide email ID, I need to provide password, host, and lastly port. That's it. Now you have to create a method. Yes, it needs to be static and delete mails and string email ID, string password, string host, string port, everything in string. Okay, now that is done. Now what we need to do? Okay, why errors? Oh, I forgot the return type. Okay, so now you need a properties object which will hold few properties. Okay, so the properties are a little weird, but we need that to create a session. So the first property is, let me copy this first. Okay, the first one is mail.imap.host. So even though we have already done that, we have to store it in a properties file. I'll tell you later like why we are doing this. So host, then same goes for port. Okay, passing it the port. Okay, now main things. Okay, so now we have to set properties. Okay, so the first property is your mail.imap.socket factory.class. Okay, this one is weird, so you may have to remember this like for your future references. I will be doing like I will be posting a git address for this code, so you may not have to write it all, but I'll tell you like when I'm doing this javax.net, I'm just providing the Java file for the socket factory. So it needs that because like there are some default functionality which lies there, like let's say session timeout and things like that you will see in this Java file. So it needs that basically for default functionality. Now what we need is we need fallback. So it's like when something happens wrong, like whenever something wrong happens, what you need to do, You don't need to take like anything, like you don't have to delete, or let's say it's like you just have to do nothing. So if you worked on database ever, so you have commit and you have fallback. So it's just like that, like whenever something goes wrong, what you need to do. Okay, I'm getting error. Okay, because this false needs to be in quotes. Okay, set property. The last one is just our port. So mail.imap.socket factory, and if you see, everything is for socket factory. Okay, so here you can do port value, but as we are getting the port here, so we can do this simply. Okay, so everything is done. Now we just have to create a session. So session equals to session.get default instance with properties. So p, and that's it. Now we have a session. Now we need to find few things. So we need a try catch block. I'll show you why, but if you don't use it, it's okay. So store equals to session.get store, and here we need to provide imap. Okay, as you can see, that's why I was doing it. Okay, so store you have now you have to just connect. So you need to connect with your username, which is your email ID, and your password. Okay, so let me just cross check if I have made any stupid typo error. mail.imap.host, mail.imap.port, socketfactory.class, socketfactory.fallback. Okay, everything looks good. So right now I should be getting an exception, like which is for authentication. So I'll tell you the reason, but first let's run it. Okay, so I didn't made any typo error. That's good. So invalid credential, that message we have received. And one more thing, security alert. Your Google account was just signed in. You are it is not that one. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so here if you see access for less secure apps, setting has been turned on for your Google. Okay, this is not the one. I don't know why I haven't received that. I received it earlier, like this one. So it's blocking all non-Google apps, like automation and stuff. It will block you until unless we turn this on. So if I do that, and if I run my code here, I will not receive any exception, and it will obviously, oh I did receive an exception. Okay, let's see what went wrong. Okay, did it not refresh or something? Oh, it's still off. Okay, now it's on. So as you can see, it terminated without any exception, so good to go. So now what we need to do is, we have already connected to our store, so we need to fetch our folder, which is our inbox, right? So to fetch the folder, we just have to do store.get folder, and you just pass in the folder name, which is inbox, and then we have to open this. So inbox.open, and you have to provide the mode, so folder.read write. So that is what we have to do. Okay, till now we are good. So the most important thing is to get all the messages from this folder. So there is one method for that, so we just have to do inbox.get messages, and it will return you an array. So for now, let's just print the length to see if it is working, if it is doing this stuff for you or not. So let's do it. Okay, it is 7,000 and it's not accurate. Right now I'm just seeing 42,000 here, and I think that's because I have social and promotions also. So yeah, maybe that's why. So not going deep into Gmail, but it's fetching the messages for us. So that's our agenda right now. So I want to categorize this. So that's pretty simple. So first we have to store it in a variable messages, create an array actually. Okay, now we have to iterate over this. Okay, so now what we have to do is, we have to check, but first I need to categorize. So I'll just create a map. Okay, import. Okay, so what this map will do is, this map will hold the category for me. So my string, the key will be the subject, and the integer will hold the count. So I'll just check like which emails are repeating over and over again, and I will just create a threshold for it. Let's say if the mails are greater than 10, like the count for those emails are greater than 10, then delete those emails. Because if they are getting repeated more than 10 times, that means, like with the same subject, that means those emails are from websites like Test Funda or Urban Pro or something like that. So that's how I have identified. So let's see if it is working. So as you can see, I have 87,000 records as of now. So it's not going to be faster like as we expected to, but I will just pause the video recording and then I'll resume it once it is done. So first let's do the main thing. Okay, before that, string subject. Okay, so now I just have to check if map.contains subject. If it does, then map.put. I hate this. Map.put subject and then map.get subject, then +1. Else it's a new one, so map.put subject and then 1. Okay, good to go. So this is it. So as I have already told you that it's not going to be faster like which we expected to, like through Java 8 you can obviously use parallel stream to smooth it, but I'm not going to do a complex stuff here because I want to make this a simple code. So I'll just do something like this. If map.get subject, so if the count is greater than 10, so that means I have got my mail. So print the subject for me as of now. Let's run it. So I'll just pause the video here and then I'll resume it. Okay, so I'm guessing 10 is a bigger threshold, so that's why it's taking longer duration of time. So I'm just changing the number here to 3 just to show you like how it will work. Okay, still waiting. Let's hope it will work. Okay, so we are getting responses here. Not that I expected these ones, but yeah, these ones we are getting. So let's see like what it actually is. So I'm just doing a search in my inbox, seeing how many results are there. So okay, a lot of matches which are of matrimony, which I created for my sister. So yeah, I certainly don't want that now, which is of 2012. So and things like new photo. So these are all the subject that I don't want to have for me. So this way like I am having too many messages, so that's why it's like not good for me to categorize right now, because if I do that it will certainly take an hour or so to just to categorize and later on delete it, which will be faster, but categorizing part is too heavy because it has to iterate over each message. So just to show you how to actually delete emails, I'm not going to do like a complete cleanup of my Gmail as of now. I'm just going to show you. So I'm pausing this right now and I'll just see what filter can I actually have. So I'm just seeing few keywords that I can certainly use for my behalf. So login and reply, express interest, okay, and profile, key profile details. Profile could be of anything. So like here also profile. I'm seeing these, so I'll just write it down in my notepad so that I can do a list of them. So the first one is login and reply. So let me do something like this, so I don't have to do more code. Express interest, okay, new photo. So right now it has a name which can be like, which could be a different one for a different email. Notifications, okay, and actually I don't have to write that. I could have wrote a code for it, but as I've told you, it will take some time because I have around 1 lakh result. So I have to do this just to show you like how we can do that. So I think this could be all. Like I also see login and respond, so I'll just do login and, to be more precise, okay, let's do this, and later on we will see like if it is actually deleting it or not. So I just have to create a list rather than my map. So I'll just remain like, I'll delete this code and I'll create an array list. Okay, and it needs what? It needs object, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me just print it out to just see if it is actually doing that. It's been long for me. This shows how weak I have gotten using Java. Okay, so this will be my breakpoint. Let's debug it. Cool, okay, so now if my list, okay, so I do have to iterate over my list also, because subject, this is so wrong. Okay, if subject dot contains, which will be your item, okay, if it contains that means that we have to delete the email. So to delete the email, there are two ways. The first way is to flag it, and later on Gmail will take care for you, but unfortunately it will take some time. It won't be like a direct delete. So what we can do is we can directly move it to our trash folder. So I'll open my trash folder here, store.get folder, and then so here the syntax will be unique Gmail. So I have tried trash, it didn't work, so I had to use this. I don't know why. For inbox it is working just with inbox. Trash dot open folder dot read right. Okay, so I just have to copy. So when I say copy, what do I mean by that? Let me first remove this. I mean okay, let me just write the code and then I'll later on explain like what I did. So sorry about that. What do I need is new. Okay, so what we are doing is we are just, if you see there's a copy messages method, which will just copy that message to the directed folder like where you want to move it. So that way it will be achieved. So deleted message is, and then subject. Okay, that's it. So now let's run it, and it will print also server side, and we can see in the trash folder if it is actually doing it. So let's run it. I hope it will work. Crossing my fingers here. Ooh. Okay, so as you see now there's a new name. So let's check also. Let me copy this. Let's first check in the inbox. Okay, so it has, so I think it's deleting right now. So let me check if it in trash, if it is having it or not. Okay, more trash. Cool. So yeah, it's working. So as you can see, it is doing that. So I won't wait till it like gets completed. It will obviously do its work like it is doing it. Like I can cross check one more time. So let me copy this right now. So I'll just check if it is in trash or not. So 3 mails have been deleted. So I think it's working, like not that perfectly good, but yeah, it's working. So I'll be posting the code in my GitHub repository, and I'll then share the link also. So I apologize again for this long video, but I had to explain the code like as much as I could, and I hope you have understood it. And if you don't, you are always welcome to ask your questions on the comment section, and I will gladly help. And before we end this video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do it. I'm working day and night to provide good content on YouTube so that you guys can always have some knowledge to get from me. and I'm not that knowledgeable, so like I'm getting null pointer exception here, so that much is proven. So it's always good to have some motivation. So if you guys can support me through this journey, please hit the subscribe button, press the thumb icon, and share it if you like my content. And yeah, have a great day. Bye bye.